Good morning, one and all. Good morning, one and all. So, in continuation to the competitive examination pattern, we are going to start the next chapter, that is skeletal locomotion and movements. In this chapter, understand the certain questions which are generally most important or concerned to the topic. So, in this, when you go to the second question, skeletal system is not involved in the locomotion of skeletal system means it is having the skeletal system and it should not be involved in the process of locomotion. So frog has the skeletal system and it is involved in the process of locomotion. Rabbit also. These are all first one is amphibian, second one is man, is mammal, third one is rabbit, it is also a mammal. But Hydra is an example of lacking the is having the no locomotive system because it is an invertebrate and it is not having any, it is having tissue level of organization, no skeletal system. Next question, locomotory organs in starfishes are so locomotory organs like tube feet, suckers, parapodia, pseudopodia. Pseudopodia, you know that is belongs to the amoeba. Suckers, you know that it can be seen in the Hirudina members of, and suckers can be used for walking as well as sucking the blood which is leading. Tube feet is the character of certain coeloenteratans, and para certain starfish which is meant for movement. Parapodia is also a type of locomotory organ in the case of protozoans. So here locomotory organs in starfish are, the example is tube, is the tube feet. So tube feet will be the answer for this question. Next, coming on to the fifth question, which of the following assist in the organism stated? Pericillaria of starfish, epithelium of peritima, trichocyst of paramecium, posterior sucker of Hervin. Already we have discussed that tube feet is of starfish, the body surface of earthworm, cilia of paramecium, posterior sucker of area. So already we have discussed the suckers are present in the Hervin area, that is leeches. So here the answer for this question is posterior sucker of Urinaria is the answer for that, because this is the characteristic feature of annelidans. Coming on to the next question, the total number of muscles in human body is 409, 431, 439, 539 and 639. So you need to remember that number of bones in the human body is 206 and the number of muscles in the human body is 639. Striped muscles means skeletal muscles. So they are syncytial, uninucleate, spindle shape. None of these striped, they are not spindle shape. Spindle shape is the characteristic feature for smooth muscles. Uninucleate is also characteristic feature for that. So none of these option can be right sometimes, but wrong because nucleus are fused in the case of syncytium. So A is the right answer. Next, functional complex of muscle fibers is muscle bundle, fasciculi, both B and C, both B and C. Functional complex of muscle fibers is muscle bundle. Muscle is different, bundle is different. So here that is called as fasciculi. So that is the used for muscle fiber. Fasciculi is the answer for this question. Next, sarcomere is a line. Already we know that a functional sarcomere is a half I band followed by A band followed by the next I of I band is called as sarcomere. But here the functional sarcomere is the can be also considered as the line between the two Z lines of the adjacent I bands is also called as functional sarcomere. So here Z lines is the answer for this question. So A is a part of that anisotropic band, H means Henson's zone, I means isotropic zone. So that is the line between the two Z lines or one half of the I band followed by the next adjacent A band followed by the next I band is called as sarcomere or the functional unit present between the two Z lines of the adjacent I bands follow with A band included is called functional sarcomere. Next, structural and functional unit of contractile apparatus inside muscles is called sarcomere, Z band, cross bridge, myofibril, cross bridge and myofibril. So here structure and functional unit of contractile apparatus in straight muscle. Already we have discussed that is the sarcomere, functional sarcomere. Next, here 12th question. H zones are found in, already you know that look onto the muscle fiber there. H zone is found between myofibril of unstriated muscle, myofibril of striated muscle, myofibril of hot muscle, none of these. So it is already you know that H zone is present in the striated muscle and it is in the myofibril of striated muscle. So answer can be B is the right answer. Next, major protein in the thick filaments of skeletal muscle fibers is actin, myosin, tropomyosin. Major protein in the thick filaments of skeletal muscle fibers is, already you know that it is the actin and tropionin are helping these three are concerned to the actin filament and only this is the thick filament. Myosin is the right answer. Next, the largest muscle in the human body, the largest the human body is the largest muscle in the human body is gluteus, stapedius, serratus, masseter. So these are all the muscles, but here gluteus maximus and stapedius is the small one, and gluteus is the bigger muscle which is present in the buttocks of the human body. So gluteus maximus is the biggest muscle present in the human body. Next, the strongest muscle of human body is biceps. Biceps is present in shoulder, bast tongue, stapedius in the ears, gluteus maximus. So in this, the strongest muscle of human body is masseter muscle, and it is present in the tongue. It is present in the tongue region. Achilles tendon. Achilles tendon is associated with muscle, hamstring muscle, quadriceps muscle, gastrocnemius muscle. So you are seeing the four types of muscles. All these types of muscles are present in the different parts of here. Achilles tendon means a bone-like structure which is associated with the gastrocnemius muscle that is located in the foot, not foot, it is ankle region of the body. Uh, you can see this gastrocnemius muscle is going. I mean, it will be affected in the case of Achilles tendon. That is the muscle pain. Next one, smooth muscles are generally, you know that smooth muscles characteristic features. Smooth muscles are generally bundle shaped, uninucleated, tapering, voluntary. So this is the first option, voluntary. So voluntary option is there. So this is itself completely wrong. And next, C option, involuntary, cylindrical, multinucleate. So here they are uninucleated. So wrong. And next one, voluntary, branched, not voluntary. So it is also wrong. So all these options are wrong. Answer is, it is involuntary, spindle shaped, uninucleated, and tapering. It is having the tapering ends. So option A is the right answer for this question. Next. Next. Next question. The sliding filament theory of muscle contraction was proposed by. The sliding filament theory of muscle contraction was proposed by. So Huxley and Gene Hansen, Pullman, Robert Hill and Dr. Arnon, none of these. So you can see that the sliding filament theory was put forward by Huxley and Gene Hansen. So it is also called as Huxley and Johnson the sliding filament theory, or as the filament is sliding one over the other, it is also called as sliding filament theory, or it is also called as muscle contraction theory. So this was, as it was proposed by Huxley, so it is also called as Huxley and Gene Hansen's theory. Next, striated muscles is skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles contract because of sliding of myosin on actin filament, sliding of actin filaments on myosin filaments coming close to each other, actin filaments coming close to each other. So here the striated muscles contract because of sliding of actin filaments on myosin filaments, and on myosin filaments. So here you in the sliding filament period you can see that the myosin will participate in the reaction and actin filaments will slide over each other. During muscle contraction, size of I band increases, diameter of fiber increases, size of A bands remains same, size of H zone remains larger. So here during muscle contraction, size of the A bands remains same because myosin will participate in the reaction but no change. Only the I band length decreases. I band length decreases. Next, during muscle con 27th question. The muscle band that remains unchanged during contraction and relaxation of the skeletal muscles is I band, H band, A line, and Z line. The muscle band that remains unchanged during contraction. Already we know that anisotropic band does not have any changes, only I band changes. Option C. Option C. Next, refractory period of muscle fibers in mammals is refractory period means coming from the depolarization to polarized state or polarized state to depolarized state or relaxation position. Refractory period also called as uh, relaxation position that will take place in that is 0.002 seconds. 0.002 seconds is the time span. Next, the contractile protein of skeletal muscles involving ATPase activity is called myosin, tropionin, alpha-actinin, tropomyosin. So here the contractile protein of skeletal muscles involving ATP activity is TC, TH, TP will be there. No? That is the contractile protein of skeletal muscles involving ATP activity takes place on the head of the heavy myromyosin or short myromyosin. So answer will be the myosin molecules. Answer will be the myosin. Next, ATP is enzyme needed for muscle contraction is located in actinin, myosin, tropionin. So the ATPase enzyme needed for muscle contraction is located on the head of the myosin molecule. Option C. Next, 46th question. 46th question. During strenuous exercise, glucose is converted into glucose is converted to, already we know that in the absence of oxygen, so in the absence of oxygen it can be either converted to lactic acid, that is little presence of oxygen, it will be converted to lactic acid, and in the complete absence it may lead to the formation of alcohol. So here strenuous exercise glucose is converted to lactic acid, lactic acid, lactic acid. Stimulus several times. Great threshold stimulus is provided to muscle fiber. It will undergo tetany, contract slightly, contract forcefully, contract with the same force. Stimulus several times greater than threshold stimulus is provided to a muscle fiber. It will be always contracting with the same position or same force. Same force. Next, muscle 58th question of our body. Muscle activity of our body decreases BMR, decreases venous return, increases body temperature, reduces blood and lymph flow, reduces blood and lymph flow. Here, muscle activity always, due to the muscle activity, there will be a increase in the body temperature, increase in the body temperature. So rigidity that develops in the muscle after death is known as twitch, trepid, tetanus, rigor mortis. Tetanus means complete contraction state in the living stage, but here the answer is called as a rigor mortis. Rigor mortis means when a person is dead, you can see that the person becomes stiff. So that condition is called as the rigidity, and it is developed only after the death. That is called as rigor mortis. Next, movements of skeletal muscles. Which of the following are not antagonistic muscles? Antagonistic means which acts against each other. So your flexor muscles, extensor muscles, pronator and supinator, abductor and adductor. So these are all the acting against, means one contracts, they will relax. One relaxes, the other contracts. Pronator and supinator muscles also do the same. Abductor muscles and adductor muscles also do the same. But protractor and supinator muscles are helpful in the process of, that is, the muscle relaxation. So these are not antagonistic or acting against each other. So your D option, that is protractor and supinator muscles. Protractor and supinator muscles. So these muscles are retractors. The position of protractor is retractor, and that is not the supinator. So they help in relaxation of the muscles. They help in the relaxation of the muscles. Next, when body part moves towards the median axis is called, when body axis moves towards the median axis, it is called adductor, pronator, abductor or supinator. When the body axis moves towards the median, that is called adductor or moment. Adductor moment. Adductor. Next, mark the odd from the following: pronator, adductor, and supinator. These are all the muscles. And ligament is a type of tissue connecting the two bones. So here the odd one is the ligament. Ligament is a connective tissue which is going to connect the two bones, or it is which makes the muscles bones frictionless. Next, 68th question. Red muscle fibers are rich in protein, lysosomes, microsomes, and mitochondria. Generally, white muscles, uh, white muscle fibers and red muscle fibers. White muscle fibers have comparatively less amount of mitochondria, and red muscles will be having more amount of mitochondria. More amount of mitochondria. Which of the following statements is not true? White muscle fibers are rich in mitochondria. Muscles of eyeball movement are white fibers. Red muscle fibers are slower than contraction rate. White muscle fibers depend on anaerobic glycolysis. So here, now white muscle fibers are rich in, they are lacking or have comparatively less amount of micro, they have comparatively rich, so less in mitochondria comparative to the, so this is not the correct statement option. Therefore option A is the, sorry, option A, option A is the right answer, and it is having less in composition of mitochondria. Next, apparatus used in recording muscle contraction is kymograph, electrocardiograph, and electroencephalograph, and all of these. Electroencephalograph is the concern to the electroencephalic brain movements. Electrocardiograph is concerned to the heart movement. So heart, this is concerned to the heart. Electroencephalic brain composition and brain related deformities. Kymograph muscle, this is the right answer. Answer A is the right answer for this, because kymograph is used to identify the muscle contraction. All or none law is associated with neuron, muscle fiber, cardiac muscle, uriniferous tubule. So here all or none law is associated with the muscle fiber. Myoglobin is present in muscles. How many heme groups are found in single molecule of myoglobin? One, one hemoglobin molecule is present in the molecule of single myoglobin. Here, next question: how many molecules of oxygen are bound to one molecule of myoglobin? Obviously, one oxygen molecule to one myoglobin molecule will be bounded. So option D is the answer. The oxygen dissociation curve for myoglobin is obviously hyperbolic. We'll discuss about that question later. Next, human skeleton. Which of the following is the short bone? Which of the following is the short bone? From the given one: carpals, metacarpals, tarsals, metatarsals, sternum. Sternum is a bone. Sternum is a bone of ribcage, heart, patella, present in the knee region, kneecap region, humerus bone, shoulder, humerus bone, shoulder, carpals is present in the hand. That is 8 bones in the hand. Is carpals. Answer is carpals. Next, scapula is an example of. Scapula is a triangular bone present on the backside, which is from the second to fifth position of the, and the scapula bone is flat. The smallest irregular bone in man is stapes. Epiphyseal plates are at the extremities of long bones, helping bone molding, bone formation, bone elongation, and formation of eversion canal. Epiphyseal plates are helping in bone formation. Extremities of long bones possess dash cartilage. Hyaline, it is a specific type of cartilage, that is the hyaline cartilage is present in the. Which one of the following is a sesamoid bone? Pelvis, patella, petrioid, pectoral girdle. So patella is the answer for that. Thank you for the day. We'll see the next questions tomorrow.